Arknights, a game about defending, collecting waifus, spendos, placing and timing the placement of your ethnically obtained worker on the right place and time, and many more that I can't tell it individually in this video. However, I'm not gonna review the game, but I'm going to compare the characters. Specifically, we're going to compare Siege character on Arknights and Siege character on, well, Siege. Before the video begins, I must assure you that I know Siege and Arknights pretty well, and this opinion is from my perspective, so the video is entirely objective. I'm also a noob at editing, my mic is absolutely dog shit, and my action is baby shit, so yeah, let us begin.
Oh, I'm gonna bait him into it, dude. I'm gonna bait him into it. Here he comes. Yeah!
Where is he?
I got him in the bush. No, the bush is on.
The first thing I'm going to talk about Frost and other operator is the appearances. This is her appearance on Arknights. This is her appearance on Siege. Hold on, let me fix this. This is her default skin. Much the same, right? Just that mess. Please take that off. The skin it produces C is a
Tactical.
skin, at least for me. Because believe me, I don't want to use white uniform in Siege. That's just don't.
Hey, yo, the pizza here. Oh, nigga! My ears burn.
That's right. The second thing I will talk about Frost and other operators are their skills. In Arknights, Frost skill 1 is pretty much the same like the skill 2. The difference is, the skill 2 is a little bit more powerful. So I will compare it after I talk about her skill 2. I've got a question. Why don't Frost just use her shotgun? I mean her E2 showing her with her shotgun. And probably you will reply with, it's a shotgun, and Frost range is definitely in our range for shotgun, or something like that. I will explain why, but later, after I talk about her skills.
So yeah. Now let's move on to her skill 2.
Frost's skill 2 is a little bit different from Siege. In Arknights, Frost have 10 mats, and when one of the mats get activated, Frost gets 1 mat back. And if the enemy activate one of the mat in Frost range, Frost will bind and attack this enemy several more times. Pretty good if you ask me. In Siege, Frost only gets 3 mats.
Bruh.
When the enemy activated, he's automatically down. Even when the same enemy already trapped into one of the mats, and yet again he trapped, he's still down, he can't be killed. AKA, the mat is always non-lethal. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. When someone activate or destroy the mats, even a stupid teammate accidentally destroying the mats, Frost will never retrieve her mats back. In Siege community, Frost welcome mat is not called welcome mat, but Frost mat. More simple, short, efficient, and perhaps even more.
Tactical.
And actually there's a character that can recharge and throw his traps, but I will talk about it later in the vid. Remember when I say, why don't Frost just use her shotgun in Arknights? Well, I will explain it here. Frost shotgun called the Super 90. There's a history on this shotgun. When Frost just released back in 2015, the Super 90 has this incredibly stupid range. For example, is this clip.
Exhibit A. Exhibit B. Exhibit C. As long as they don't throw a grenade. 1 on 4 remaining. Now this is where the shotgun might be a little broken. Yeah. Are you
Thus, the Super 90 got a nickname, the Sniper 90, because of the stupid range. And that's why Frost should just use her shotgun in Arknights. But then, Ubisoft quickly patched the shotgun. But don't worry, the Super 90 still have a superior range than any semi-auto shotgun in the game. Or at least that's for me. Wanna see Frost without her hat or mask? Here you go. Feast your eyes. Frost is done. Now let's move on to
What next, huh? Hmm. Yes? Hello? What? What? A new mic? Really? That's right. I got a new mic. From now on, the audio will be better. But my English is still bad. Don't expect something from me. Okay? Now for real. Let's move on to Blitz. Appearance. I don't care what people are saying. Blitz is fucking terrifying. Now I learned from previous mistake that I compared the appearances way too short. So, here's the Blitz comparison. Enough appearances, we must move on. Just like Frost, Blitz skill in Arknights is kinda different from Siege. In Arknights, Blitz skill 1 have 4 charges and must be redeployed if you wanna recharge it again. What it does is stunning the enemies with his flash shield and also silence them. In Siege, it's kinda the same, but just flashing the enemies. But isn't that OP? No. Unlike Arknights, the range in Siege is either right in front of the enemy's face or you die. Sometimes both, like this clip. Very good. Oh yeah, it's also having the same amount of charge. Let's move on. In Arknights, Blitz skill 2 is just him bashing his shield, stunning all the block enemies and shoot his pistol faster. In Siege, it's just the melee attack. For the pistol, it looks like someone spamming that left mouse button until it loads. And that's Blitz skill. You can skip this part, like you skip Frost, but it's optional. Let's move on.
Remember, point your guns at the bad guys.
Loading magazine!
What? Doesn't...
Before Blitz was buffed in Siege, Blitz is fucking terrible. You can see the pre-buff Blitz by watching this video, link in the description. In the video, Blitz look OP, but it's just the editing. It's actually bad. Post-buff Blitz quickly becoming a terrifying operator in Siege. Post-buff Blitz got everything. Shield, flash, but not making you vulnerable, fast movement for shield, one-hit melee kill, but the most importantly, has ADS, and the flash range has the same range as the Arknights version, and also blinds more longer. Ubisoft nerfed Blitz several attempts, until Balancing for Shield Operators update come out. Blitz is finally kinda balanced. The update includes slower ADS, even bigger hipfire, and most importantly, melee attack only down them, so 2-hit melee kill.
for all shield operators. That's all I know from the update. But now, let's move on.
Enemy position detected! LMG mounted and low!
Tachanka. Let's cut to the chase. Here we go. Unlike Ash, that I will talk about her after Tachanka. Tachanka's skin on Arknights, the Lord skin, is directly imported from Siege. The skin is already available since before the rework, which I will talk about later. But Siege Tachanka have another skin, and it's an elite skin. It look cool, but I prefer the Lord skin.
Dispatching grenade!
Skill 1. Tachanka launches an incendiary grenade from a weapon called Shumika. The fire deals arts damage. It's good, right?
No.
Why? Because Tachanka fall into what I call curse of free characters. In this case, it's ops. What does that mean? That means free characters, no matter how badass their designs, the performance is always shit. Even the whole community begged to buff the character to buff one lesson. Why? Because it's free. Free for you to use, free for us to balance. Now, let's get back to the topic. Tachanka skill 1 set effect. Actually, all skills, the SP, only can be charged through offensive approach, and one of the approach is by attacking. It's actually okay to implement this system. Chan and Torrance implement this system, and it's okay for me. The problem with Tachanka is the SP needed is beyond too much for only a few seconds of burning. I forgot to mention that the fire only lasts some few seconds. In Siege, Tachanka Shumika launcher has 7 in magazine and 3 in reserve. Before it was buffed, it has 5 and 5. But now, it's 7 and 7. You know what that means? That means you can shoot more and burn more. Simply phenomenal. Skill 2. Just like his normal attack, but he shoots even more faster. But just like skill 1, he has some side effects, like SP needed way too much, duration way too short, but the worst of all, it almost didn't increase his damage. In conclusion, just use List Arm, or Thorns, or Blitz, or all of them. Oh yeah, before the rework, just like in Arknights, Tachanka is useless. Yeah, his starts maybe look badass, but you can't move. Your lower half exposed, and most of the time, your the turret contribute nothing to the team. In rare condition, his turret sometimes used by the enemies, and that's really bad thing. Now in Siege, Tachanka DP27, not 28, is just one of his primary. Unlike Arknights, Siege Tachanka can shoot 71 bullets without stopping. The only thing that's stopping you from firing is recoil and, well, enemies. So, in my opinion, Tachanka is bad on Arknights, but good on Siege. I know, with some build, Tachanka could be good, but you really need that much up for one up? Really? Ash, need I say more? In Arknights, Ashe has an original skin called the Ranger skin, but in Siege, Ashe has two skins. That's right, two skins. Not one, but two. But still no cat ear hat, so it sucks. Skill 1. In Arknights, Skill 1 is pretty simple, yet underwhelming. Like every single Skill 1 in Arknights. Damage increase, attack now burst instead of single, and the best thing is infinite duration. So you don't need to worry to activate her skill again. In Siege, it's just her R4C bursting. But don't burst your R4C in Siege, it's just really sucks. Skill 2. In Arknights, after you activate her skill, she will immediately activate Talent 1, or shall I say, throwing her flashbang. But wait, there's more! After that, she will shoot all 3-1 bullets in her R4C. Yes, it's not some seconds duration, it's bullets. And also increase her attack, and can be manually deactivated. In Siege, it's just Ashe being Ashe. Skill 3. In Arknights, Ashe shoots her reaching round to her enemies, which is really problematic to me. I'll explain later why. After the round hit the enemies, it deals many physical damage, pushes them backwards, the round explodes, and also deals many physical damage from the explosion, and whatever this is. But it only can be used 2 times per deployment. In Siege, Ashe shoots her breaching round and make a hole on the wall. If it's a barricade, it destroys it. Sometimes it's using for clearing defenders' gadget. So, how about shooting the enemies with her breaching rounds? Don't you ever do that, unless you're trolling. First of all, it only deals 60 damage, so you only have 2 chances, which means you only can kill 1 guy if you have insane aiming, and it's called breaching rounds. Why you use it against enemies? That's why it's problematic to me. No add-on info for Ashe, but I have a special segment. Characters on Siege that could be on Arknights. Starting off with Lesion. You remember him from first segment, right? Right? So, Lesion. Lesion have this thing called the goo mines. Unlike Frost, it can be thrown, and he has to cooldown for another mine to magically reappear in his pockets. Ying. Ying have this thing called the Candelas. The Candela is thrown like a grenade, but it spits many clusters of 360-degree flashbangs, which means if you don't wanna get flashed by this thing, you need to get behind something, or simply just get to another room. However, we have a problem. Lishan and Ying is from Hong Kong, and you know how bad China is with Hong Kong right now. You know it, right? Also free Hong Kong, please. So it's guaranteed that these two will not be added to Arknights. Next up, we got Maestro. Maestro has these two things, called the Evil Eye, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It can scan, almost can't be destroyed, and shoots laser that deals 5 damage. But if you shoot the laser, it will expose the weak point, thus it can be destroyed. That's why I always look down after shooting some lasers. Echo. Echo has two drones called the Yokai. The drone hovers and can stick to most ceiling, and can shoot sonic bursts. What it does this. Iana. Iana? 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 Screw it, man. Iana deploy hologram of herself to scout for her and her team without putting much risk, and that's it. But it's incredibly effective, and I really liked it. Almost same like Iana. Elbai. To keep it simple, Elbai throws 4 hologram, but unlike Iana, the hologram can be controlled or moved. Gridlock. Gridlock throws these things, called the track stinger, where it'll become like this. If the enemy steps on it, it deals 10 damage per step. That's good. Goyo. Goyo has this kind of shield called the Vulcan shield. It's a shield with the gasoline on the backside. If you shoot the gas, it will explode and create a Molotov burning area. Finka. Finka has adrenaline boost. Not only gives you a temporary health, but also reduces recoil and increased ADS speed. That's all I know from her buff. Smoke. Smoke has this canister thingy that can be thrown. Once the canister is activated, it will make a cloud of unquestionable biological war crime. Finally, we come to an end. Actually, I wanted to make this video since 4 months ago, but I'm kinda busy with college stuff. Even until now, I'm still busy. Halfway at the editing, the event is already ended, so it makes me discouraged to continue making this video. My storage is also running out, that's why I reuse some of the footage. If you notice it, for a while, I'm gonna use my real name for this channel. You know, for college stuff. So subscribe to the channel, leave a like if you like it, leave a dislike if you don't like it, leave some comment if you want it, like something. I do have Twitch channel, so follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/subi_lee. Watch the streams. I play many video games. And thanks for watching this horrible mess of the editing. Until next time, see you later.